Hello and welcome to my sketchbook tour. This is my first video using my voice, so I hope it doesn't sound too bad, but I'm going in without a script because it's a sketchbook tour, so I don't feel like I need one. But I'm gonna start with, this is the first page, but it's not the first page I drew on. I actually skipped this page because I get nervous when drawing my first page for my book because I get worried. I'm like, this is my art, this is really gonna represent the entire book, and so I usually save it for the last. So this is one of my last drawings in the book, but it's my first page, so I'll get to this after I go through the rest of the book. So on to the actual first page. This is just a page about my main character Joan. This was when I was trying out the light box as well as trying to figure out the language that the characters in my comic use, so I was practicing writing down the language here. This is Kale, this is Joan's girlfriend, future girlfriend for my comic, and I just did little doodles of them in their language. So this was when I was practicing the light box. I have a few drawings in here that I used a light box for, which the sketch was digital, then I printed it out and I transferred it onto my traditional paper. And this is one of them. This is Joan. This was a part of a sketch, 2 sketches I did. This is the second sketch that I digitalized. I got some hair in there. I originally digitally added a little bit of like magic happening here and posted it, but then I later bought metallic markers and I ended up putting the metallic there so you can see the shine, I assume. I don't know, I thought it was fun. Here are more character doodles, some possible clothing designs that I picked out for my characters. This is one that I was debating on and I chose it, except for it does not look like this exactly. Her official outfit has like a rose pattern on this cloth part that hangs over. The colors are a bit off because it's traditional, so I didn't have the right colors for it. This is Kale in her like warrior outfit, like the soldier outfit that I have for her, with Joan, who's just in regular witch attire. This is just her and Kale in some overalls. I thought it was cute, so I doodled it. These are some stream requests. You're gonna see a lot of stream requests in this notebook, journal, sketchbook, that's the word. These 3 were all from my friend Mal, so yeah, shout out to them. This is just a drawing of Joan that I did earlier. I usually date my stuff on the back. I tried to, at least. Let's see. Yeah, I would like put what I did and then the date on it. So this is from, let's see, January, February, March, April, May, June. June 7th, 2022. This is what my art looked like on June 7th. As you can see, my skills, not very good. A lot of streaky lines, a lot of unstable line art, some like really weird anatomy choices. I was just getting the hang of it. I did a few adopts on here. I'm an adopt artist, so I do adoptable characters. These are some of them. This is a character I bought and I decided to do some like traditional art of them to play around with their character design. I really like it. I think I gave them like little demon horns because I made them a little demon and that can turn into a human. I don't know. I love demons, so I thought it would fit. Some more adopts. You're going to see a lot of these. These 2 are not adoptables. These are requests I did for my friends. This is for Dee and this is for Ukes. These are of Little, and I cannot remember this orca character's name. They're an orca, I believe. Like a strawberry cheesecake orca or something along those lines. They have crazy adopt ideas, but I love them. Perfect. Here is a sketch I did of Joan and Kale out on a summer date. I ended up turning this into a digital piece and it was really fun to do. I loved the lighting effects on it, but I didn't do it traditionally because I didn't want to mess up the sketch and I thought the sketch was so pretty. So I really enjoyed how that turned out, and I'm really happy with it. This right here is just like a sketch of Joan and Kale being gay because that's all I do. There's gonna be a lot of gay sketches in here. That's like all I draw is adopts and gay shit, so more gay because always gotta have that gay, you know? That, what can I say? I love it. Women kissing, and gay guys kissing. That's my shit right there. That's all I draw. Gay. So, more traditional practice, basically. I was trying to figure out how I wanted to do her hair traditionally, and I think on the next page, I have a traditional reference for how I draw characters' hairs. So, yeah. So I was stuck between using the Midnight Blue bronze and Phthalo blue. I assume Phthalo is the name. And then the Peruvian blue and Phthalo. So basically I was stuck between the bronze and the Peruvian. This one gave it a more greenish kind of shine to it, and this one just is straight blue. Even though her hair is black, I use blue because I don't like having just straight black on a character. Unless it's like with purpose, and with her hair it's a big mass, so I don't want to have just a big black blob on the paper, so I use blue instead. I believe that's common in anime where some characters will have blue hair but it's meant to be black hair. I don't know. This is Seiyan's hair with some markings. This is when I was teaching my sister how to draw a peace sign, because she was telling me how she's a barista at Starbucks, so she was telling me how basically she would draw little hearts on people's cups and her boyfriend got jealous. So I was showing her how to draw a little peace sign easily so she could do that on the little Starbucks cups. And here are her attempts, and I think they're really good. Here's a doodle page. I had art block, very intense art blocks, so I decided to doodle on a page, and yeah. All right, so now time for this side right here. This is a bunch of stream requests I did. I did a little Gardenia, I believe was her name, in Smoliv from Pokemon. I did Marshmallowy's OC here and here, and this is my character Adelaide. I just drew her because I wanted to have some fun while I was waiting for stream requests. Plugging my Twitch account, I stream and do art requests on Twitch, so if you're interested, please follow and join my stream, and maybe you'll be able to get some free art. Yeah, and these are doodles for D and Ukes. This is a character I designed, and some kind soul from the Discord server bought it and gifted it to Ukes for their birthday. And this is D's persona, so I drew them for free because I was like, I want to draw you guys something. All right. Here is more Joan and Kale art. I'm gonna try and put the little character or the drawings of the characters on screen that I did digitally to show like what the finished art looks like. So this is one of them. This is of Joan and Kale in a pose, I believe, that was based off a pose of Sappho and one of her friends. So this is Art Fight. The art fight happens in June or July. I believe July. Let's check. Yeah, July. And so basically how art fight works is you pick a side, a team. They have different team names each year, and then on one team you try and attack the other people on the other team by drawing their characters, and they will attack back by drawing your characters in turn. It's really fun. It's a good way to practice, and it's a good way to, if you want to get some art of your characters, Art Fight is a really good avenue to do that, because you can attack anybody, and anybody can attack you back. It's really fun. On this page, I have just a doodle sheet I did during a stream of Jay. He's one of the main characters of my comic. I wanted to just practice drawing him because I don't give him enough love. He's one of my least favorite characters, but that's just because his character... his like archetype is not my favorite, but the character he eventually will turn into is one of my favorites, so it's a mixed bag with him. Like, I like him, but I hate him so much. All right, this is a drawing I did for my friend Ukes. I was bored and I was like, bro, fuck it, I'll draw your character. And I drew her. I can't remember the character's name, but I am not super happy with how it turned out. Like, her face is a bit long, and but other than that, I think it's pretty good for like one of my first like traditional pieces, like shaded and full body kind of stuff. I don't know. I think it turned out pretty well, but it's not my favorite out of everything. These are some more Art Fight attacks. I'm super proud of them. I really like how clean they are, especially this one. I don't know why, but I love this one with the character with the bag on their head and the cat. I really liked how clean I made it, how easy it was to do. Like, I was getting a lot better at traditional art. At this point, I had been drawing for like quite a few pages, and so I was getting the hang of it, and I'm really happy with how these turned out. This is of Zen, I believe, my friend's character. This was just another drawing that I was like, yeah, I'll do some free art for some people. Why not? You know what I mean? It was really fun to make. I really like how it turned out. I think the texture on the shirt is not very good, but for me not being really good at traditional art at the time, I think it turned out pretty decent. Here's another one I did for D. This is of Little. Their character's name is Little, and they're like a little cow character. And I don't know, I really like the pose. I like how it turned out. I'm not super happy with whatever the fuck is happening right here. I'm like, excuse me? But that happened, and I don't know where like these little speckles came from. I'm like so confused. So that happened to the art. Not super thrilled, but I really like how it turned out regardless. Yes, some more Joan art. This was just another page of doodles of me practicing traditional art, and I'd like to think I'm getting better compared to my first one. Here, I'll show you. This is like my first traditional drawing of her. As you can see, very rough, not very put together. And here's my most recent one. I think it was pretty good. I really like this pose right here. I actually might redraw this again and do it like completely colored traditionally. And here's my favorite little pose. She's just got her snout in the camera, and it's like a straight up head to head down type thing. I thought it was really cute. Thought it was funny. Let me fit this back in there. All right. Now we have more stream art here. These are little slime characters from Slime Rancher that my viewers wanted me to draw, and I was like, hell yeah, I'll draw them. And this is another request of Nem's friends OC. Nems is a viewer of mine who, shout out to Nems. They were fun to draw. They were like a busty lady. I draw a lot of busty women, so it was my cup of tea, let's just put it that way. Now this is my OC Seian. She's one of the main characters from my comic Where They Grow. There's a lot of Where They Grow art in here because I'm still in like the concept art and writing phase, so you're gonna see that a lot. I really like her character design. She was one of the first characters I designed, actually. I designed her before the main character, the day before. So their birthdays are December 31st and January 1st. December 31st is her birthday. Joan's birthday is January 1st. But yeah, I really like how these came out. I tried to do something here with the perspective. The hands just look massive, and that was kind of supposed to be the thing, but you can't really see her arms, so it just looks like she has massive hands, and it doesn't really work. Let's see. Some more stream doodles. I gotta send these over to D, actually. But let's have a look-see. This is of Little and Muma, I believe is her name. Another character. As you can see, I use sticky notes, and that's because underneath... Oh, I taped them closed, so you can't see, but underneath you have the marker from the previous drawing, so I use sticky notes to cover that up so I can still use the space to draw, and it adds a little flair to your drawing book. So there's another doodle of Little, and here's some more J doodles. And this is of my characters Cam and Ken. They're twins. There's a bunny girl and a cat boy, and they're twins, and they have an older sibling named Jam who's non-binary. And yeah, they're some of my favorites. They're some of my older OCs too. I don't draw them very often anymore, if at all. So it was nice to get a little request to draw my own characters on stream. Random character design I got bored. I watched some Drawing with Waffles, and I was like, I want to design a character because why not? And so I did, and she turned out pretty well. I'm really happy with the sketch. I'm really happy with the anatomy. I like the colors. I think she looks great. And yeah. Okay. This is the start of the 100 Heads in 10 Days challenge. This is a challenge I saw Drawing with Waffles do, and so I was like, I can do this too. I almost did it. I almost finished. I got burnt out at the very end, and it sucks. And I wanted to redo this again because holy shit, the amount of improvement that you can see over the course of the 10 days. Well, I guess 7 days is what I did, I think. but still, the start, whew, very rough. I mean, what is this right there? Like, boy, look at that. What the hell are you doing? I don't know. It was not it. I was drawing, I was, of course, only good at drawing my own character because I draw her all the time, but like everybody else, I like this one right here, actually. I don't know if you can see that. I liked it. I thought it was cute. I liked her side profile. I'm pretty good at side profiles, not to brag. This is day 2. I started with pen and then I moved on to pencil. So let's see. For day 2, here are the pencil drawings I did. Not super varied. I tried to give a diversity of like gender and race, but here I did only one boy and a bunch of girls because I love drawing girls, so it was hard for me to like actively pick boys to draw because it was like, ugh, I don't feel like drawing this. I don't really like this pose. And then I see a woman and I'm like, auka. You know what I mean? So, yeah, these are the rest of the drawings I did for day 2. Now on to day 3. I believe I was going back to pen. Yeah, I went back to pen. I liked this drawing up until I finished the face and I was like, what are those eyes? What are those eyes? I don't know. I thought the pose was nice, but the rest of it was not. I liked her. She turned out pretty well. This character's eyes were a little too far apart, but other than that, back to the 2 pages. Alright, I messed up here, and I messed up here, and I messed up here. So I used sticky notes to save my life and to draw over my mistakes. Let's see if I want to show them. No, I don't want to show them, actually, because I can already tell they're ugly. Pen is not my strong suit. I really liked this Inuit girl that I drew. She turned out really well, I think. I really love her eyes. I thought her eyes turned out well, but we've got day 4, which is back to pencil. So this one I had some fun. I did a few different poses. I tried to work with like facial expressions. I tried to work on different people, so like a girl with short hair, a boy, 2 girls like in a simultaneous pose. I don't think I used that word right. And then I just loved this one. She looked gorgeous, her makeup was awesome, and her hair was so cool. I had to draw it, and I'm so proud with how that turned out. And day 5 day 4, this is still day 4. The rest of the day I just drew my sister. This is all art of my sister. She kind of looks a little different in each one. That's because my style is not very good, but I tried my best. This is my favorite one. It was a meme face that she was doing that I redrew, and I like how it looked. I think it looks the most like her too, is the thing. This one, she kind of looks like Mirabelle. Alright, day 5, we moved on to colored pencil, and my problem was I didn't have a full set of color pencils. I couldn't find any skin tones at all, so I ended up just doing yellow and red with some black sometimes for like hair or a shirt. I really like this lady. I did not do her justice. The original pose and like everything looked so gorgeous. I had a whole plan and then I couldn't find my colored pencils, and so I ended up with this. I like this character, this guy's expression. I thought I did a good job kind of portraying the sadness and grief that he was feeling. I tried this character, or well, I call them characters, but they're real people. They're photographs, and I liked this photograph. I tried to capture like the wanting look in his eyes and like a little bit of desperation. I feel like I kind of captured that. The rest of them, oh, and this is probably actually my favorite. This little kid looked so cute. I had to draw them. Little redhead little girl. They were so cute, and I love how they turned out. Day 6, I went back to color pencil again, but I kind of mixed in some marker, as you can see on this side, but let's see. This marker work, I did a sketch and then I just did marker. I did no line art, and I think it turned out pretty damn good. I don't know. I love this face. I love the little shine on her nose. Here, I'll show the camera. I am just obsessed with how it turned out. I think this character looked a little off. The only line art I used was for their mouth and for their eyes, because obviously. But Yeah, I am more thrilled about how this character turned out. I like the roses in the hair. So, on to the next page, if I do say so. Okay, this day was sticky notes and color pencil, and I did sticky notes. By God, I did them. I think I was gonna do more, but then I wanted to try marker again, so yeah, I did more here. So here is, oh, these are the rest of the previous day. That's what this is. I'm so glad I numbered these. So this is day 7, where I did the up to 60, 70. I did up to 70. And I really like how this character turned out. I think she looked cute. The rest I'm not super thrilled about, as you can see, but I am improving. Like, compare it to day 1, shall we? Like, ugly, horrible, horrible, okay, decent, horrible, you know. But here, I'd say I'm improving a decent amount, I think. I only dislike this one, really. The rest of these, this guy had like a very interesting pose. I wanted to try just line art on him. This character looked gorgeous. I wanted to get their hair, so I drew their hair, and I think I captured it decently. Not amazing, but hey, it is what it is. And then I also got this character with just line art and this character as a sketch. I wanted to mix it up and try a few different mediums on the sticky notes because I didn't want to make it boring. All right, now time for stream requests. Okay, so this is Amity. I drew her while I was getting ready for the stream to start, and I had fun. This is a character request from, I believe, Nems. No, not Nems. This is before. This is when I was on Instagram Live. This is from a different person. This is Gregory from Security Breach with the Alice in Wonderland, or in Horrorland, or whatever that one is called, pose. Jimmy Jr., because my friend requested it, and crap, what is the Collector from Owl House? I want to color this one because I love how it turned out. They look so smug. Yeah. Okay, so now we're moving on to character designs. These were some design ideas I had for gods in my comic. This is Goashu. She's the god of heat and flame. So she's like in charge of the fires and like lava and heat waves and stuff like that. This is the rain goddess, or the weather one, I believe. I can't remember their name. This is Fate. Her name is Moira, or their name is Moira. I changed it so they're non-binary, and I made it more apparent in their outfit. This is the original design for the water, or the oceanic god, and I completely revamped it. They look nothing like this now. I really fell in love with Goashu's design, except for her skirts, so I'm currently redesigning her a little bit, tweaking her design with something a bit different. But other than that, I really liked her like claws, these are all magma, by the way, her claws and her feet. So she leaves like a burning path behind her, and her hair is on fire, like the tips of her braids are on fire. So they look like a fuse for a bomb or something. I thought that was pretty neat. Okay, these are some more of the head challenges that I did, but I just didn't finish them or number them. I really loved this lady. This lady smoking a fucking fat doobie was my favorite one to draw. She looked so badass, and I think I captured it decently enough. Her look, and this character also was really gorgeous, this Indian woman that I drew. I liked the expression on this guy. I didn't get his face too good, like his nose is a little high up, but other than that, I thought the hair was pretty decent. And this guy too, he was vibing. All right, this is an ugly drawing that I covered up. I think you can see a little bit through, let's see, I think you can see a little bit through the sticky notes. No, I'm not showing you. Actually, okay, fine, I will show. I drew Joan and Kale, but the color purple I used was so vibrant, it was not as desaturated as I thought it was, and I committed, and I regret committing. So yeah, that's an ugly one. This is an adoptable I drew. Simple as that. And onto here are some character design ideas for the goddess of the moon. Now you may be wondering, why does she have stars all on her if she's the goddess of the moon? because her and the goddess of the stars are best friends, of course, and she wanted to represent her bestie in her outfit, and so there she has her stars, and she's the goddess of the moon. I drew Nikocado Avocado. It was a stream request. Another stream request was this character, an OC of somebody's. They were fun to draw. The Nikocado Avocado one looks hilarious in my opinion. Alright, some more stream requests on here. This is my friend Prue's design. She goes by, let's see, Nova the Demiurge on Instagram. I don't know how to spell it. I don't think I pronounced it right. The Demiurge. I helped her name herself and I can't even pronounce what it is. But it's basically like the god of all creation or some shit like that. I don't know, I thought it was cool. And she agreed, and so she named herself that. These are some drawings of Joan I did on stream because I was bored. There's nothing too special about it. I just practiced some poses and some drawing with the gray markers. Another request from stream of somebody and their boyfriend. More stream requests. These are all of the Owl House. We got Baby Ida, we got Amity, we got Lilith, Luz, and Rain, as well as just a random eye because artists gotta art, you know what I mean? Gotta draw that. These are some Harrian doodles. Lady Harrian is the villain of my comics, so I was sketching her out, doing some concept art, and I gave her this outfit, which was inspired by an late Victorian, early Edwardian dress that was on a magazine clipping and I found on Pinterest, and I drew basically an outfit based on it, almost exactly like it, except for I added a few details to it to make it better in my eyes, more appealing to me personally. Some more art of Saiyan. I tried some perspective things right here. This one didn't work out well. This one I thought looked nice. I loved this pose. I just thought it looked great. Simple as that. Nothing else to it. This one, I was not so thrilled about her face, but I do like the idea of her with her baseball bat with blood, being sad, you know. Fun fact about Saiyan is that she has a matching hair clip, what's it called? Bolo tie and earrings, all given to her by her mother before they were sent to the institution that they live at now, because their parents were busy in factories and stuff like that, working, so they couldn't provide for their kids, so they sent them to an institution where they were to grow up and study. And yeah, that's a little fun fact about her. This is Jayani. She is a witch. She is devoted to the goddess Rin and is married to her. That's why she has a head covering and it wears like long flowy outfits. It was inspired by nuns and hijabs, obviously. And I wanted to give that a little representation in my comics, so I basically came up with this idea that characters who are married to the goddess Rin, who is the creator of witches, basically devote themselves to her and solely her, so they cover themselves up around other people and only show themselves when they're by themselves, or aka with God. I just had some doodles. She's a potions master, so this is her doing some potions. You got Kale over here giving her some beaker full of stuff. Some expressions, some angry Jayani, because she can express emotion. Yo, shocker. What is this? People expressing emotion? What a rarity. I had this thing with butterflies with her. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I don't want to give spoilers, but I drew her with a butterfly. And another portrait of her. Now, on to stream requests. These are way more recent. These are from like the other day. So this is a stream request of Zelda in a Fire Emblem character's outfit. This is a snow monster Sonic and Tails that was requested. These are some more requests of Nem's characters and Marshmallowy's characters. I really liked this one. As you can see, it's got the gold on it. Gold! It's got the gold! So it makes a little shiny when it moves the page, which I'm obsessed with. These are my favorite pens to use and add. Now we get to the fun part. This is when I started experimenting with watercolors, and I decided to go all out. I was like, I want to redraw this super old drawing I did back in 2019, I believe, of Joan with a flag, and I wanted to like show how much has changed, and I'll show the original drawing up on the screen right now, and then I'll show I'll have this one to compare it to, and the improvement / change in character I think is very alarming to a degree. I think it's hard to say it's improvement because the original is digital and this one is traditional, so that I'm limited with what I can do in this one, but I still think I improved. I still love how it looks. This is probably my favorite painting I've ever done up until this point at the moment. And yeah, I am just obsessed, so this is probably my favorite, and yeah. And this paper is not really meant for watercolor, so that's why there's like a lot of warping on the paper. But here is another watercolor painting I did of my characters Kale, Joan, and Seon. Seon is just warming herself by the fire while Joan and Kale are cuddled up and they're listening to music. They're just listening to music by the fire. There's a little bird skull and like a little cockroach, but they're chilling. They're in a cave. They're vibing. Here's more stream requests I did of Snow Monster Sonic and Snow Monster Tails, as well as these Mewtwo OCs that this person has, Drewberry. They're another common person in my Twitch chat who gets requests all the time. More Twitch requests. I really think this one's cute. This is Nem's Friends OC, and this is Drewberry's Friends OC, and this is JoJo's persona and their boyfriend. So these are all Twitch chatters. So once again, if you want to get some free art, feel free to check out my Twitch and catch me when I'm live, and I'll give you the opportunity to get a free request in. This is a redraw of Joan from, let's say, 2020, I believe. 2019, actually. Late 2019. It was during October. So, yeah. This is a redraw of Joan in a traditional witch outfit. I thought it would be fun for October to give a little spooky season homage in my witch art, because I love witches. My comic's based on them, but they're not very traditional looking. They're more Edwardian mixed with the 40s. It's a bit, I love those two fashion eras, so I mixed them together because I couldn't decide. So yeah, I went with a more traditional witch look with watercolor, by the way. This is done with watercolor. These, and the watercolors I use are literally like 99-cent store watercolors. Let me grab them. This is the palette I use. It's a bit messy because I forgot to clean it up, but this is what the palette looks like. As you can see, I'm all out of black because I've used my black up. But you don't need super expensive art materials to make decent looking art. I think you can just use what you have at home, obviously if you have art supplies, but you can use what you have available to you, what's at the dollar store, and you can still make decent looking art. I like to say my art is still decent looking, the watercolor art, and I'm really happy with it. So yeah, little PSA right there. You don't have to buy super expensive shit. This is Lady Harrian. This, I also did a digital piece of it, so I'll just put that up on the screen right now to show the comparison of the digital versus the traditional art. I really am happy with how this turned out. I like the background. It's not as like the value differences between the drawings are a bit different, like the shades are different, but that's because you can't have like a 1-for-1 match really when you have like when you're doing traditional art. It's not always going to match up 100%. But yeah, this is the finished drawing of Lady Harrian. Ugly. I did this last night. I was really tired, and I was like, I really want to do another watercolor painting, and I just want to do it of Joan. So I did a watercolor painting of Joan, and it did not turn out super well. So yeah, lesson learned. And on to the last page, Speed Racer. I love Speed Racer. I grew up watching Speed Racer all the time when I was little, and I love drawing him for nostalgia reasons, and also because I just love the character in the show. Even no matter how cheesy the show from the 60s is, I think it's from the 60s. It's old as shit, that's all I know, okay? I watched it a lot growing up, and so yeah, it was really fun to make. And this is the last drawing of my journey with this journal. On the last page, I have my color sheet. My color cheat sheet has like all of the colors I most commonly use and their names and their numbers. I think this is a really good idea if you have a notebook and a bunch of color markers and you want to know what they look like on that type of paper. The back of your notebook is, or if your sketchbook is your best friend, because this is the perfect place to test it out. Test out your new brushes, test out your new line art pencils, or pens, fucking whatever, dude. You can test out basically anything on the back of the page or on the back of your book, because nobody's gonna really care or see it much. So yeah, that's a little tip I got. And now on to the first drawing of this. This is the first drawing. I'm not so proud of it as I am with that other watercolor painting of Joan, but this is another redraw of a redraw of a redraw of a redraw. I think it's like redrawception up in here. So I'll show you the previous rendition of this redraw, not the first one, not the second one. I'll show you the third one, but that's about it. And this, I don't know. It's one of my favorite drawings of Joan. Not this one in general, but like the idea of it, the composition, the staff, the little magic I got going on here. I don't know. It's really fun. I love this drawing a lot. It's not my favorite again, but it's still one of my favorites up there. Like, it's up there in the top 5. And yeah, this is a powerful moment in my comic where Joan, actually no, I won't spoil. I will not spoil. The urge to spoil is so serious. But anyways, that's the first drawing of my journal, my first drawing. And that comes to the end of the sketchbook tour, actually. This is the sketchbook I use. It's just a Canson mixed media, multi-technique, whatever, 7x10, very fun, highly recommend it. Has great paper, it holds watercolors decently, it holds markers really well, it doesn't really let them bleed. Like, they don't really bleed through the other side, like, they don't bleed onto the next page is what I'm trying to say. They obviously bleed on the bottom. They bleed through the page, but you got sticky notes. What more can you ask for? You know what I mean? This is the end of my sketchbook tour. I really hope you enjoyed looking at my progress over the last few months. And I will definitely be back with another sketchbook tour once I finish my new one. This is a watercolor. Well, here's a watercolor painting I did the other day. Not on this sketchbook, because this is not from the sketchbook, but yeah. This is my new sketchbook. I'm gonna be doing a watercolor series of drawings, so this is watercolor paper, and I'm so excited. I have 30 pages in here. I'm gonna fill them up. The first one, here's a little sneak peek, it's of The Little Mermaid. I was letting it dry, but the paper warps so much. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I thought this was meant for water, but the way it warps is insane. Do you see this? Do you see this? But yeah, so that's the first drawing in this. Yeah, I'm excited to show you guys what I do in the future, and this is my first time doing a video like this, so I hope you enjoyed it. I hope my voice wasn't like too ear grating, and I hope that you guys will like the video and subscribe, you know, all of that. And don't forget to follow my Twitch account, where I stream regularly, basically every day, and I do free art requests almost daily. I usually take a few days off during the week just because I get a little burnt out, but other than that, I basically stream daily and will do requests, so you'll get the chance to request digital and traditional art, whichever I'm doing at the time. Thank you so much for watching, people. I hope you guys enjoyed this sketchbook tour, and I hope to see you again in the future. Bye-bye!